Welcome in, beautiful souls. If you're new here, my name is Jane. I was curious to see what was going on in the energy today because, well, we're at full moon here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I pulled out a few cards here and I rolled the dice. So I'm going to begin with that. So I come out with Taurus. This is not a Taurus reading, but this is the energy of a Taurus. This could be how like you're feeling or just the energy of what's going on right now. So the Taurus is like a very peaceful creature, actually, the bull. Now, as long as they're in their own environment and they're not being disrupted, then, they're a very peaceful individual. Okay. The Taurus is also ruled by Venus. And with that, Venus is all about love, beauty, money. The Taurus energy, they are, really grounded in the material world. But the bull also doesn't shy away from hard work. And, if there's something that they really want, they'll move like heaven and earth to achieve it or to make it happen. You know what I mean? And, so you could be in the pursuit of something, like have some kind of goal in mind right now. Because the bull is so, like once they're fixated on something, they're very ambitious and focused, and they're not easily deterred from that focus. And then, like the sun energy, that's been really strong coming out in this reading. And I'm not really quite sure why yet, but we're going to find out. The sun energy, too, is all about, that's about like your truest self. And, it's a source of creative energy. It's about like our deepest inspirations and our highest dreams. And also the placement of the sun too, like it's about it reflects like our overall approach to our life, our values, and our creative energy. Also, it's the core of our psyche. Just like it's the core of the universe and all the planets go around it, which is strange because on the bottom of the deck, the ring card did pop out and I put it back in and shuffled out a few more cards, but then it reappeared on the bottom. So this ring card is also about like where the sun is the center of the universe and the earth like travels around it. The ring also has a lot to do with the lovers. It has to do with people use the rings to bond themselves to each other. It's also about excuse me, it's about seeing the micro and the macro of the universe. And sorry, I have this like weird, something's trying to prevent this message. Also here, I noticed like this eye here, or at least it looks like an eye to me, right? So it's like, it tells me how the universe is always watching. So I don't know if you have like angels or ancestors that are helping to guide this goal that you have. They're asking me to put more light on, so just give me a moment here. Let me get this going here. I never have it plugged in. Okay, let's see. Must have been a shadow or something that they didn't like. Okay, so so that was with the ring. So I'm going to set this aside here. I'll just move that over here. Okay, so then okay, yeah, so that explained the sun and the Taurus. And then they wanted me to roll the dice here so that we can, this is to tell me what house it's in. So we're going to find out I wouldn't be surprised if it's all about career. Oh, it's the 10th house. Now, the 10th house is a career. I just said career. That's funny. Career and public image. Okay, so the 10th house is about career. So I just literally said that. Funny spirit. Okay, so here we have the comic card. Now, the comic is kind of like the Joker, the Fool, and I mean, that's not in a bad way either, because the comic is actually somebody is considered as a genius, somebody that can view like all the micro and macro of the world and actually be able to like crack jokes about it and bring laughter to people. So this tells me that whoever this is, you're very centered and very well grounded because of the Taurus energy, but also I believe that you're able to connect with the higher on scene, because the on scene is about before I finish, okay, so the comic too is about the magician and what other one is a magician and shoot, I can't remember who the other one is. Let me just quickly grab that and look that up, because I think that's kind of important. It's the magician and something else. I can't remember. Hold on. Let me just look that up. Oh, hold on. I got something running in the background. I want to turn that off. I don't want it interfering with the... Hold on. No joke. I've been getting zapped so much today, and there's so much interference going on. I don't even know what's happening. Okay. It's funny, though. Okay, the comic. Holy moly. Let's see here. The magician. Ah, the sage. Yes. Okay, the sage. So that's why I believe that you're able to connect, or because the on scene here is about you know the other side, about the other side, yeah, because and then you have the forest, which the forest, it's almost like I get the impression that you're because the forest is so vast, and like when you first step into the forest, like there's a trail, right? There's always like a little trail when you first go in, but then once you get deeper in, the trailer. Oh, that's weird, trailer. Maybe you do camping or something. The trail becomes, it disappears. So then it's, you really can't see which way to go. You kind of becomes a little fearful maybe, because it's an unknown place that you're not familiar with. Just, the on scene, it's talking about how, I think that you're actually getting connections with what you can't see. You could have like sudden insight. You could maybe hear like a clear voice. You could be getting connection from like a past loved one. And then, maybe it kind of creates like a fear. So you don't want to go too deep into the force. You don't want to go too deep into it, because it creates some kind of fear for you. It is natural to have a little bit of fear when you first start receiving messages and receiving connections, because like I think it's like you see, you hear, and you're, in the moment you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's so and so. but then later your mind starts to take over. That's where the ego's coming in with the sun, because the ego is how you survive in reality. Like the ego is what deals with the reality that you're living in, the 3D. But with the unseen, that's not in the 3D, you know what I mean? Like that's in a higher, it's like in the deep dark forest that, you don't understand. You don't understand the animals. You don't know how the animals behave. You're not familiar with going in there. And then when I got the word trailer, I don't know if you spend time in a trailer or you do camping, but you don't go into the forest. You just go to campgrounds or something. Maybe the forest scares you a little bit. I think that's where it's. And then they had that card, the ring. The ring. Yeah. Okay. You want to pull that out? Because with the ring, that's where. The micro and the macro, right? Okay, let's just move on here. Let's see what else Spirit wants to bring out. I'm not really sure where they want these cards. You want from this? Okay, they just told me not enough. Okay, is that good? Okay. Yeah, they showed me the card Nurturing Your Soul here. Now, nurturing your soul could be, spending some time in nature. Maybe that's why they brought out the Forest card. Okay. Yeah, notice like there's like two eyes here. So you have the unseen, and then like I was talking about earlier, it's like an eyeball here, right? Because the universe is always watching, and that's what the unseen is about. Like, even though you can't see them, or maybe you can, maybe you're somebody that is starting to develop that gift, but, but you're always being observed by the universe. Like the universe is out, like, or your loved ones, right? Look, guides are guiding you where you need to be. Just like I was saying here. Okay. Someone is spreading rumors about you, creating a generational curse. Okay, so someone is spreading rumors about you. And I have a feeling it has to do with this ring, because the ring is all about the lovers. Well, not all about the lovers, but what they're doing is they're creating some kind of generational curse. Yeah, and okay, so are we reading these in the reverse? They said, yeah, some of them. Okay, some of them, they're going to tell me. So it has a good news coming, but it was in the reverse. And then it's like rinse and repeat. That's the generational curses. What's going to happen is when people, oh my God, that's funny too, because I kept getting the word gossip. I'm just checking to make sure that it's recording, because I did a really cool reading there last week and it didn't record, and I was really kind of grossed out about it. Yeah, I kept getting the word gossip this morning. And I was just like, okay, so what's going on with the gossip? So, okay, so let's keep going here. Guides are guiding you. Okay, so I guess they're going to want a card for each one of these. Let's move this over a little. So someone here, I'm going to assume that it's somebody that you have an intimate relationship with. Now, I assume it doesn't have to be a lover's, but it's somebody that you've bonded yourself to. So it could be a family member. It could be like a friend group. Because gossip, see, the thing is with gossip, when somebody starts spreading gossip, other people tend to join in that gossip. Okay? So gossip isn't something that is, well, look at that. I just wanted to have my ward off any negative energy here. And this is my sun ring. Funny, Spirit. Okay. So with, like I was saying with the gossip, it's about when somebody starts spreading that, it always ends up with a group joining in because it helps them feel more powerful. Gossip is a very destructive form of human behavior. It does create like generational curses. Yeah, looking on the bottom, a hard lesson to learn. That's going to be a hard lesson. Oh my God, looking underneath there, look. It's the 7 deadly sins. Because people do that because, the pride, right? They either have like some kind of envy or lust or greed or pride. There's something here that's going on with. That's why that's why it happens. That's why. And little spirit is asking you to connect. You know what? I think that okay, so I don't know how, like, why they brought out about the career. Okay, well, we'll just keep getting into it here and see what goes on. So the unseen, the guides are guiding you. Spirit's asking you to, oh, look, subtle digs. You are healing in your own time. When friends and family feel like an obligation, ask Jesus to bring truth to all the lies. Yeah, well, I don't think people are believing the lies because right underneath it's believe the lies, and that's in reverse. So I don't know if everybody is believing the lies. Yeah, I think that they really want you to dive deep, though, into this gift that is awakening in you. I think you could be somebody that has awoken some kind of gift, but you could be in some kind of like going into fear. But see, when somebody or people like act like this or do this kind of stuff, this can put like a burden onto you because it's like it's sending like negative energy at you. And if you're somebody that's becoming aware, then you could be confusing what these people are doing with your own energy. And it could be creating this fear. Can you see how all this darkness here? Maybe that's what you need to do. I think you need to like rent a camper or trailer or something and go off and be alone for a little bit and figure out what your energy is and what their energy is. Yeah, because dedicated to and become dedicated to spirit. Okay, is there anything else you want here? Look, and on the bottom, look, confused, not knowing what to believe. That is exactly what's going on here. You're you don't know what to believe with drop your guard and be vulnerable. Yeah, this is why I think you're having a lot of confusion. They want you to become really grounded here. I think that's why they brought out the Taurus, because Taurus are really grounded into the earth, right? Yeah, now I know why they had me bring out, I created a deck called A Little Bird Told Me. So every time I went out on a nature walk or a meditation walk, I was getting, like, they would give me like these little phrases and words, and I would come back and write them down, and they had me do a deck. Okay, so what do you want for the comic here? So you're somebody that's very intelligent. Look at that. Time to go. Oh, okay. You want it here. Time to go to the forest, just like I was saying. It's time to go to the forest. Okay, Spirit. Do you want anything else for the forest here? You want me to read it? You can escape facing me for all your hurt, but one day you will be forced to face the Most High. Then what? All I did was love. Yeah, I think that's what it is. They want you to go and leave well enough alone. Yeah, let these people deal with their own hard lessons. Let them create the generational curses that they're doing on themselves. I mean, there's, just leave it alone. Oh, what are you trying to say here? Yeah, you woke up in the twilight zone. Yeah, I think this is something that took you off guard. Okay, what do you want for the comic here? Nothing in life is random. Too, and that's funny because, oh my goodness, the cards keep falling. And it's saying here, listen to the animals and sense things that they sense things that you might not. So I don't know if you have animals, or learn about the animals in the forest, because they can alert you to things that are in the forest that, could be scaring you, right? Like, if you see a deer and you see the ears of the deer twitching and they're listening to what's going on, right? But it's all coming out. See what God has in store for you. Look, nothing is random. It's all coming out. See what God has in store for you. Ears to hear, yet not hear. They do not hear. Eyes to see, yet do not see. That's these people that are doing the gossip. And my dog just started like dreaming, and it sounds like she's like she's kind of barking a little bit in her dream. So yeah, so that, they just showed me the card, drop your guard and be vulnerable with the unseen, because I think you might be really, like, this is like what she's doing is almost like some kind of warning, right? I noticed that there's 2 exclamation marks too. Yeah, I think because they want you to ground all your chakras here. Okay. All right. Okay, Spirit. What do you want to go on here? Let me set these aside for now. Okay, so they're asking me to pull out this tarot deck here. So, nothing in life is random. Emotional withdrawal. Well, nothing in life is random. It's all coming out. See what God has in store for you. Emotional withdrawal. This so that to protect you, to get you away from this energy here. And notice they had me put it like over here, you know what I mean? So, and then they have the forest here with time to go. It's time for you to connect to spirit. It's time for you to separate yourself, and then here, see how he's in the position, he's praying, to align himself, to ground himself, to okay, so what do you want here for this unseen? Guides are guiding you. Spirit's asking you to connect. You're confused, not knowing what to believe. Yeah, when the dog, when she was dreaming, I was just thinking how, like with the unseen, you could actually be getting messages, like a loved one could be coming to you in your dreams, like someone that's passed over. They could be showing them, you could be dreaming about them. I mean, you could be dreaming about the people that are doing this too. It's being shown to you in your dreams. Okay, so what is this unseen? Moving on. Look at that. Okay, so the forest. What do you want for the forest? Oh, my nose is very itchy too. Okay, Spirit. Oh, it's almost like I have God tickling my nose here. Okay, so we have forest. What do you want for forest? You can escape facing me for all your hurt. Oh my God, look. Trapped in fear. I was just talking about how the forest is all about the fear. It's time to move on here. A little passion ignited on the bottom. Okay, so what do you want here for the ring, Spirit? Again, I wouldn't be surprised they pull up the devil card for this one. Oops. Okay, so what one here, Spirit? Throat chakra. Yeah, this is them doing a lot of talking, and then there's like this white animal hair stuck to it. Yeah, this person is stuck in this I don't think they're going to stop. Look at that, and on the bottom it's the Wheel of Fortune, which is destiny here. This is fate. What they're doing here is going to be fated because they're creating generational curses. Okay, what do you want for this emotional withdrawal? Look at this, financial and material change. Nothing in life is random. It's all coming out. See what God has in store for you. Financial and material changes. Okay, so what do you have? What do you want here? Okay, you're going to have me do it like this. Okay, I don't know if there's enough room here. We're going to make room. Oops. Okay, Spirit. It's this moving on. What do you want to go with moving on? Okay. Patience. I think that, I'm not really sure. I think that might be the balance card in the tarot. Let me double check that though, because I want to make sure. 14. Temperance. Huh? That's the angels. And the healing. Moving on. Yeah. Because I think you're being guided by the angels here. going on? Awareness, look at that. This is the Magician card. Just like here, the Magician. Yeah. This is the Tower here in reverse. They're once you get into your get out of this fear and get into your Magician, there's no more towers coming in for you. Okay. Wow. Okay. You really need to seek some nature, though. I think nature will be very healing for you. Look, opportunity, golden ticket on the bottom. Let's see here. What do you want for the comic? Emotional withdrawal. Communication. Look. Communication. Look, resolution. This is going through this healing. Really having this this energy here. Notice they have a lot of stars going on. I think you might resonate from being like a star seed. Because I noticed that they have like stars over here on top of this communication too. See what God has in store for you. Yeah, they're really asking you to you know, this fear. I knew that there was a lot of fear going on with this Force card here. Okay. Yeah, look, it'll be celebration. You'll go from being in fear to celebrating. Okay, what do you want here for this throat chakra thing? This gossipers here that are being watched. Let's see what this is about here. You know, people don't realize that, you know, too, like, here's the thing, too. Look, news on the bottom. What people don't realize is that when there's a lot of gossiping going on, you know, it makes other people, like, view you, like, they lose respect for you. So these people are going to be receiving some kind of news. You know, maybe it's about their health. Oh, I don't know. Look, shadow. Yeah. This moon, this is all about something hidden here. Something about their home, too. Self-expression. You know, it just gives me this this energy that whoever is doing this, I think they're going to be surprised about how you react to them or don't react to them. But this energy, whatever they're doing, they are creating, okay, you want more here? They're creating some kind of real negative. You know, I just get this feeling that they're going to receive some kind of bad news here. It's not going to be good news. It's going to be bad news because the feather gives me the impression that this is going to come down from your angels. Look, and gossip on the bottom. And I was just talking about this here. Look. Oh, yeah, you thought this person was your true love because this is the Lover's card. Yeah, this news here, there's something about this news. You know, it's going to impact their lives, though. You know, and I know it shows this heart here, but for this reading, I don't believe this is anything positive. See how the gossip comes right out here. And I was just talking about that gossip. Okay, the communication though, and see with this the comic here, the comic where it's the magician and it's the fool and it's like the jester, but you know, like I said, like this person is a real intelligent, like almost like genius level, because you're looking at the macro and the micro of the universe. You know, because you're not, you know, with the Taurus energy, you're really highly connected to the earth, but yet you can reach the unseen at the same time. You know, I wonder if you're gonna like make some kind of career out of your gifts. There's going to be some kind of resolution here with this confusion. Okay, so what's this communication here? What do you want here for this communication? I think maybe you could tell your story. You could be a comedian. I mean, maybe you're going to tell your story and then, you know, you can make money off of that because, you know, you're going to, you know, you're somebody that's funny. You can, you know, laugh about the sad things. You know what I mean? You can. Okay, so what's this communication? Oh my God, look at this. Transformation and transition all at the same time. And you know, this snake, this also represents like shedding old skin, but it also represents the Kundalini. So you could be somebody like where it has like this here in the, oh wow, spirit. This is the transition though, because you have this resolution and a transition happening with the butterfly. Again, transition is, you know, the butterfly. Or is that a moth? No, I think it's the butterfly. It's a new deck. Let me check. I want to make sure. Oh, maybe that is a... yeah, it says here the transition is that you're going through a transition and something is shifting and changing in your life. And this card tells you to not resist what's going on. It as it's a natural part of your path. Go with the flow of change and let life unfold before you. Everything is going to be fine. So yes, and then it comes right out on the temperance card, which is the angels. And this is like the healing and all that. And then it has like this emotional withdrawal. I think you're removing yourself from this energy here. You're going to be celebrating though once you get into your get out of this fear and get into this magician energy here, the sage. You know, that's what, because you're a sage, that's why it's so important to connect with the animals and the forest. I have full body chills like you just don't even know here. Okay, so what do you want for celebration? Or for the magician, actually. So spirit, so God is going to be transforming your financial and your material changes. This is about your career. That's the 10th house. The 10 is completion. So once you get into this completion stage, oh my gosh, you know what? I think once you get into your complete magician sage energy, once this is like completed, and then you have the 10 on the destiny card, which is the fate, I think that's going to kick in there. Once you're healed from this, once you're moved into your sage magician type energy here, that's when all this is, they're going to start receiving like bad news, like, you know, they're going to, you know, have a hard lesson to learn because they're going to be going into cycles of generational curses now. Yeah, luck. 4-leaf clover. And the dragonfly. That's that rapid look. And healing again is on the bottom. I think when I started, healing was on there. Yeah, it has a lot to do with your healing. You know, once you get all this healing done, like I was saying. Okay, do you want one of these? Watch for signs. That's what I was talking about. Oh my God, use all your clairs. You know, this is what I was talking about. Like connecting with the animals, connecting with the forest. You're confused, not knowing what to believe. Use your clairs. Use that. Look, they were warned. They leave well enough alone. They were warned about this. You know, on the bottom here is in reverse is personality disorder, but I don't think this person has a personality disorder. I think they're just cruel. Yeah, and then underneath that, separated by the divine. They're separating you here. You're a channel for higher energies. Okay, is there something else here? You want something else here? Oh, they think they're above the law. They don't think that, you know, they're going to receive any kind for this behavior. Yeah, we are all capable of love and hate. And they're going to learn that. They're going to learn that the hard way. Is this all you want? Yeah, I notice here, like, you know, they come out with the gossip, and there's the 3 birds here gossiping in a group. And then, you know, a little bird told me. Deck, whoa. Anything else here, Spirit? No. Okay. So what next? What's this here? Oh, looking on the bottom is curse. Okay, so what do you want here for this financial and material changes? What is this? Watch for the signs. Whoa, what the fuck? Commitment, marriage, promises, and fidelity. Yeah, maybe you're going to meet somebody new here. Okay, so what do you want here for use your clairs? Well, stress, and because you're confused, not knowing what to believe, if you start using your clairs, because this card is all about you could be hearing, you could be seeing, you're experiencing it somehow in some way, and you know, the stress, turbulence, tension, arguments, that's going to remove, you won't be in stress anymore, because you're going to be connecting, right? You're going to be trusting. Okay, so what do you want for this here? For this magician, they were warned. They were warned to leave well enough alone. They were warned to leave you alone. They're the ones, I think this is what's trapping you in the fear, because it's causing like a confusion for you. Oh God, intimacy flipped up here, and it's bonding. They're trying to create some kind of negative bond or something. They're trying to create, well, they said the curse, so it's cursing them, but it's also causing like some kind of cursing onto you. Okay, I'm not going to take that. All right. Oh, like I just said, it's clouding your judgment. Yeah, and it's causing you to be shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed, because the fear, that's what the fear does, right? Clouds your judgment so you don't know what to think, right? And on the bottom, finality, farewells, leave behind, closure. Yeah, their masks are going to get ripped off. Whoever it is, because there was a card here somewhere that said that it's all coming out. Yeah, over here, it's all coming out. Look, and curse is back on the bottom. There's going to be finality to this. Yeah, decisions, hot, cold, multiple choices. Oh, look at that. Okay, you want that there? It's causing your emotions to be conflicted. And then you have another butterfly here with beauty, charming, graceful, and kind-hearted. And that's, oh, so that's what this person's going to be. You're going to have somebody new coming into your life. A little better off, happiness, clear-headed space. Look at that. Very good, Spirit. Okay, so what else do you want here? Okay, so they want me to pull one of these here. It's this. Okay. Oh my God, look, the sun card again. The sun. We have the sun here. And then we have the waning gibbous moon in the 7th house. 7th house is about commitment and partnership. Okay. Well, Aquarius under that. Aquarius is somebody that's very independent and can detach. An Aquarius is somebody that is very intelligent. Okay, so it's heavy sun energy, and sun energy gives me like Leo, sunflowers, the earth, it's the center of the universe, and all the planets go around the sun. Just like the ring here. And then these are even a solar eclipse. Okay, oh my God, look, and I just split it on Taurus. That Taurus energy. All right. They want me to read this card here, but they want me to bring out another. Look at that. The dragon, galactic guides, breakthrough, difficulty, stuck, savior, courage, action, powerful protection, divine intervention, breakthrough, deep healing, big change. That's what this entire reading's been about. Wow. And 11th house underneath, 11th house underneath that, looking at another Aquarius. And you are loved and supported. Okay, so what else do you want here? A couple more here. Okay, Spirit, what else do you want here? Cosmic upgrade, student, master, and teacher. And it comes, as it comes right out here where it's all about, the angels and your magician, sage cards. So water connection, Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria, animals, nature, sensitive, creative, artist, peacekeeper. Oh, and that's that Taurus energy too, because like I was saying in the very beginning, how they're peaceful sign, but once you disrupt their environment, and they get their sights set, like that's it. Like their cosmic purpose, healer, and music. Wow. Okay, is there something else here? They're asking me to bring out a different look in Leo. And, Leo's all, like I was just saying, is that sun, right? And I was talking about Leo, the lion, right? Extroverted, warm, sincere, fierce, artistic, big-hearted, optimistic, generous, confident, loyal, drama-loving, and dominant. Okay, they're asking me to grab a deck. Hold on, let me just go grab that. They want me to a different deck for here. It's something about the news here and this gossip. They want me to... This card gets stuck in the bottom here. Okay. I think maybe that's what this has all been about. Like, with the 10th house about career, it's all like just focus on your career, focus on, make the healing a career or something to that effect here. Okay, what do you want here for the news and the gossip? Look at this. That's what their goal is. Purpose, expectation, destination. And see this arrow? They're trying to throw these lightning bolts at you, but you know what? It's going in the wrong direction. It's going back at their family members here. Look, and then live and learn. Look at this. And then what was that card underneath here? A hard lesson to learn. They're going to live. They're going to have to go through cycles now, and they're going to have to live, and they're going to have to learn. They're going to have to learn all about this. Is there something else here? It says here, this, because it has friendship here, which is team, connection, and network, and it has like 3 of them together, and then it has like the 3 birds gossiping, but then it comes out with libation, which is, doing a prayer, like having some kind of religious ceremony. They're doing some kind of, oh my God, because it's got the curse here, I wonder if they're doing some kind, this person's, they're doing some kind of magic or something on you. See the 3 birds, and then they're doing some kind of ceremonies or something. But, I guess maybe that has something to do with it, because, when you gossip like that, it does put, they're robbing your energy. It's an unfairness. They're creating like an unfairness in the universe. And the universe is going to end up bringing in some kind of balance. Okay, is there anything else? Do you want anything else here for the? What about for the comic here? What do you want here? Yeah, look, it's causing stress, headache, pressure, and lack of sleep. If you're not sleeping, this could be why. Yeah, look, and you got the 3rd wheel again. Again, it seems to be like a group of 3 people here. I mean, it could be up to 6 to 9 people too, right? And it's causing all these, these thoughts and confusion that's going on, just like this card here. It's like not knowing what to believe. It's because of this energy coming at you. It's causing all this conflicted thoughts and... Okay, so do you want anything for here? For the unseen. Yeah. The loneliness. Disappointment, the isolation. And then underneath it's the accident. So, it's almost like I'm getting the information that if they hadn't done it now, if the universe didn't step in now, you wouldn't just have a boo-boo on your knee. You might end up with a cast, you know what I mean? Something way worse would have happened. But there is a form of loneliness, but that's because you're going through this transition, right? Okay, do you want anything here for the Magician? Well, profession. I was even just talking about that. I think you might I think once you get connected, you're going to turn this into a career. And because you have so many talents, because, they brought out the Claires. So I think you might have like the taste of the smell, like the instinct, the intuition, the knowing. And then they have evidence here. You know, the universe has a lot of evidence going on of what these people have done. You might not know or see what they've done, but they have it. Little collaboration, just like I said. These people have been collaborating together. And there's evidence of what they're doing. They're collaborating together. Yeah, you know, and it comes right out like sweetheart here, you know, because represents the lovers or a bond that you have with somebody. And, you know, they're just like, oh, I love you. See, but look, behind your back, all of this is going on behind your back and you don't even know. Gross. Okay. They want me to read the seventh house card here. Let's see. Where's that? Where's that book? There's that book. Here we go. Seventh house. Seventh house, the realm of partnerships. Okay. Look at this. That's funny because the Taurus is ruled by Venus, and this is also the planetary ruler is Venus. It's an air. You know, they brought it a lot up with the air too. Social. And, you know, like Venus is all about like love, beauty, money. Okay, so in a reading, the seventh house is about evaluating your behaviors and your desires in all your relationships, intimate or otherwise. You are holding on to old friends you have outgrown. Maybe a work partnership has shifted into something more. As we evolve and change, so do our relationships. Defining clear-cut boundaries doesn't make you a bad person. The seventh house in a reading can also indicate that it is time to expand your social circle. Joining a club or team sport is a great way to meet new people, and you wouldn't otherwise. We all have valuable things to learn from one another, and you never know. You could find exactly what you are looking for. So the keywords here is balance, evaluate, shifts, love, relationships, friendships, desire, and behavior. Because that's like, you know, because with the sun, that's all about your true self, right? All about, how, your ego, how your ego is what helps you survive. Like it's what's in your reality. But it's all about, it shapes the way you come to your final decisions. And it shapes the path of your life. You know what I mean? You know, and it's all about the core of your psyche. And that's been really strong because they brought it out in the dice and they brought it out in the card here. Okay, so there's something here in this waning gibbous moon. Waning gibbous moon. In the moon, as the moon begins to get smaller, you may feel an urge to share recently acquired knowledge with your community. Reflection doesn't always have to be a solitary act. And see, you have this loneliness that comes right out next to it. Wow, Spirit. While you're going through all this change, resolution too. Look. Funny. Communication about your feelings can help prepare you for the upcoming stages. And you got the communication card out here with the whale. And then they talked about music too. So maybe sing your heart out. I heard. Yeah, sing your heart out. It'll raise your vibration. Look at it this way. If someone else's information could help you, wouldn't you want them to share it? You could also be feeling out of the loop or shunned by your community. Being ostracized hurts, and you should share how you feel with those around you. This behavior could be unintentional, so don't write anyone off yet. So this is about sharing. I think that's where you really need to evaluate. I think this is what you need to do. You need to really, get a little bit of time in nature, get a little time, listen to the animals, like focus on yourself for a little bit, and, help separate yourself from this kind of energy so that you can get some clear thinking and like just reevaluate, break everything down and reevaluate. Okay, well, that's that. That's all I have. And I hope this has been helpful for whoever this is for. I guess it's probably for a lot of people because, we're all going through a shift, with the new fire horse, that the fire horse in the Chinese calendar is coming up on the 17th of this month of February. So from like this full moon to the fire horse on the 17th, there's like a lot of shifts going on in that time frame. And then it brings a lot of social. The fire horse also will bring in a lot of social change. There's going to be a lot of shifting going on. So I think this is going to end up happening for a lot of people. There's going to be like this on scene cosmic upgrades going on and shifting. Yeah. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to call the reading. So I'm going to close this down, and I hope this finds you well, and I bid you a good day. And I hope this has given you a little bit of hope, and just continue your healing path. And this is the best, you can do at this time. And I'm going to send you all my love and light. So bye, everyone.